Thank you so much for joining me again for another session of Choice Spirit. Here I want to take a moment and talk a little bit about habits. I touched on this a little bit before, but I'm going to go back into it. Habits. Yeah, we need to check our way of being, especially in today's times. Now, like I told you, there's a season for everything. Everything has its season. And we must prepare ourselves for the season. But now that we're in season, we have to do a self-check kind of fast here. You know what I mean? I've been saying for a while, playtime is over. Playtime is over. Okay? If we're going to do this right, get your vibe up. Something I always say, probably in every one of my videos. Get that vibe on high. Okay? Get your images. Love people from a distance. Make your love tonic. And one of my other videos I talked about the love tonic. The love tonic is when you get some water, mineral water, if you can find. If not, regular water. Find you a glass jar. Write love, joy, whatever you want to write on it. That's all beautiful, high vibrational words. Make that your love tonic that you drink. That you drink throughout the day. Right? In fact, a little bit. A quick word as I go off topic for a minute. Okay? There's this guy, Japanese guy called Moto, who actually expound on information that was given to us by our ancestors, which we don't know about. So here it is, a Japanese man named Moto. I'm not sure of his whole name. I know he passed on recently, or maybe a year or two ago. But he did a study that showed that when you write on the glass of water, it changes the molecules within the water. Okay? So high vibrational stuff, high vibrational music and tunes, and the frequency of that causes the molecules to change in the water. When you speak into the water, that happens. When you write on the glass of water, that also changes the molecules in the water. Your ancestors knew this. They knew how to use sound to alter the molecules in the water. Okay? So this is what you want to do, and drink it. That's your love tonic. Okay, I'll do another video about frequency, vibration, and the effects on water, and also how writing and speaking into the water also changes the molecule structure in the water, and it's excellent for your body. So I call it a love tonic. So anyway, back on topic. You want that, and you want to alter some of your habits that are perhaps getting in the way of some of the things that you choose to see. Okay, now we're going to move this up a little bit because we don't have time to sit and get a backhoe and try to dig in and find all the habits that we have to begin replace it with the new habit and work out all of that stuff. We can do that. We can do that as we go along. Right now, we're basically needing the speed dial because this the season, playtime is up. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is choose some habits. Okay, what you're going to do is you know how they used to say, choose a person that you admire and model those attributes or those characteristics of that person that you admire. So you pick various characteristics and individuals that you like, and you model those things. And what will happen is then, in time, those attributes, those various ways, will then become a part of you. It will become a part of you. Remember, anyone that you eat from, or anything that you consume, becomes a part of you. That's why you don't take information from all people. You may discern and decipher, but you have to know that not all is for you. Not all is nourishing to you, your soul, your spirit. So you have to know how to discern that. But back again. I'm going to keep going in and out because a lot of these things I want to give you a quick explanation of where it comes from and how it works. Okay? So the idea of trying to dig up old habits and figure out things that no longer serve you, to change it, we want to alter it now. So we're going to use the idea of discovering certain characteristics and certain attributes that we like, that we prefer, and choose that. Choose that. And what that will do is begin, but you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent and you have to stay on it. Okay? So, because what that will do is it will overpower the default habit, the habit that is within your subconscious space. Okay? So the new idea of something will overpower the old habit. I'm going to do a part 2. I'm going to do a part 2 of this video because I'm going to need a part 2 to let you know how your old habits that you'd like to do away with, that are no longer serving you, how you will change those habits without having to go the long road. Because remember, habits inform your being. Just know this as a foundation. I know I'm all over the place, but stay with me. Habits inform your cells. Habits inform your cells. It informs your cells on how to be. Think in terms of information being passed down to the next generation. So cells are renewing all the time within us. We're constantly generating new cells. And the information that is passed to the next generation of cells, the information that is passed into your next generation of cells is what's forming your being. It's what's forming your being. It's what's informing your being as well on how to be, on how to perpetuate who you are being. So when you have old cells passing information to the new cells, habits, those new cells begin to respond and carry out business as usual, based on the information your old cells gave the new generation of cells. Okay? So this is how habits continue on also. The same thing with the connections within your brain. Your brain automatically makes connections when information comes through or when you're triggered. It will do that go-to connection, that automatic go-to. That's the habit. As soon as something goes on and it triggers, something within you, and the brain automatically makes that same connection. It's been rooted. It's almost like created a deep-rooted, engraved crevice of some sort where it automatically flows that way. Okay? So what happens now is when you begin to inform your being, your cells, on the new way of being, and also the brain with the new connections to how you choose to be, it will then begin to follow that. But But understand, this takes determination, it takes work, and also it takes courage. It takes courage. It does. Courage is in there. And will. A strong will. Some of us can do it like that. But many of us, it's like calling ourselves going on a diet. A diet. No. Some of us are talking about, doing certain things or creating certain eating habits or doing away with certain behaviors. And so therefore we have to create a new current, a wave, because everything is wave form. Think in terms when you get still. Meditation is good because it allows you to get still. And when you get still, the water, think of the water as being still, just placid. All you can see is a reflection. And then once the water is still, you drop the pebble or the rock or whatever it is into that space. That will create the ripple. And that ripple then will inform your other cells on how to be. Now, the more you create that type of still your mind, think of the water as being placid and very still, and then visualize the habit that you choose and drop that as a rock or a pebble into the water, which will then send out the ripples, and see those ripples going into all of your cells and throughout your being. Okay? So you're going to choose the habit that you prefer. You're going to choose the habit that you prefer. And then you're going to begin informing your being of this habit. And this is one way, and I will do another video, this is one way of doing that. Make a decision, and I know I'm reiterating, make a decision of who you choose to be. Then take that, see that, feel that, visualize that, and begin acting the part. And what will happen is it will begin to overtake, it will begin to overpower the old information. And the more consistent you are, the more it will continue to overpower or overtake the lower current, which is the default, which is the passive state, which is the state that is triggered. And why is it triggered? So, yeah, back on that. So I'll do another video, but I just wanted to let you know that there is a way to shift your being, shift your habits, which also shifts your thinking, it shifts your way of being. By doing those few things I mentioned. So I know I tried to talk about so much at one time, but I'll make other videos on this. But truly, you want to get hold and shift some of the habits that are keeping you in a certain state of being, or keeping you in a place that you choose you'd like to change and see different. Hey, this is a new season. This is a new time. There's a shift going on now. Use that and shift your being. If it is your desire, shift your being to the person you choose to be. If it is your desire, this is the time to do it. Okay? And remember, now we talked about get your mind back, so I know that you all have your mind. You're all on code. You know what the game is. You've peaked the game. You have all of this. You know what time it is. So anything that anyone's showing you, the habit of automatically being triggered, The habit of automatically being triggered is over. Because they're going to pull out stuff. You don't want that same old, same old. Okay? So, so, uh, so you might want to consider some of the connections, what's going on, and make those changes. More on that later. Much love. Thank you so very much for joining me again for another session of Choice Spirit. Namaste.